Hello, my name is Mark Rentz, and I am a software designer and tester for our product, Language Immersion through Virtual Reality. Currently, there are many teenagers who are trying a foreign language but are struggling to learn and practice this as well as retain it. This is caused by the lack of immersion and the limited ways to practice the language. While there are some teenagers who travel to other countries, others can't. Traveling can help you a lot with learning a foreign language, but teens find it hard to stay fluent with the language without being able to practice using it constantly. And as a person who has spent 3 years taking a foreign language class, I know quite well what it's like to struggle when you try to learn a foreign language. These are the problems that our product is created to solve. To solve these problems, we plan to utilize virtual reality's immersion aspect and allow the user to practice grammar, vocabulary, and enter a situation with NPCs where they will have to use the language they're learning to complete the goal of the situation. For our market, we will be advertising towards the teenagers ranging from middle school to college. Since virtual reality is a growing industry, we'll be focusing on advertising the virtual reality part of our product to show that our product will have a much desired immersion effect. Our competition will not be the other language apps themselves, like Duolingo or Rosetta, but more so the practice aspect of those apps. For our survey, we posted it in forums that are accessed by teens. From our survey, we found that a majority of people are interested in learning a foreign language and have attempted to use outside resources outside of school, like Duolingo or YouTube videos, to help them. We also found out that everyone who took our survey has taken a foreign language class, but for whether they were satisfied, unsatisfied, or neither, there wasn't a significant difference towards a certain feeling. But for the question about if traveling helps or not, everyone said yes, it does. Yet there were more people who said they haven't left the United States than there were people who have. This shows that more teens are not getting the experience of immersion, yet it is something that is beneficial when trying to learn a foreign language. Here's our project plan. Currently, we are in the customer surveys phase where we come up with more questions to ask our customers, and we also are in the learn to code phase where the software designers try to get more experience with the tools we will need to create our project. The main milestone we have is being able to start building the project at the start of January. Our business requirements for the final presentation is to have at least 2 languages, have grammar practice, vocabulary practice, and situation practice. And for the future, we want to add things like more maps and languages. As was requested also by a couple of customers that we talked to, a UI that is simple to use is something that like a majority of them that we talked to said. So we will also be including that and looking into making sure we have one that would be simple and easy to understand and use. For our use cases, we built a diagram to give a graphical representation of things a user could do. The diagram shows that the user will have an options menu, and one thing that is guaranteed to be in that is the ability to change the language they are practicing. There is also an exit and start menu. The exit, being simple, allows you to close the program, but the start is where you would go to access the different modes and choose whether you want to do a situation, a grammar check, or a vocabulary check. This is one of the key components of our product, and so we thought it would be beneficial to show that within the use case. We will be coding the product in C# within Unity because we found that Unity is Unity is free. It's also something we can learn relatively quickly, making it more necessary than not to use with our timeline. And C# is something that the program designers have background in, so they have a better chance at learning Unity, a much better chance of learning Unity than any other virtual reality compiler or builder. We plan to use Google Drive and Mega to deliver the product, and at the moment we have only identified one vulnerability, which is user security. Currently, we have been successful in getting support and finding people that know C#, and we have also been successful with the survey, because when we posted in the forums, we weren't sure if we were going to get really any responses, but we got, I believe, 39 responses, and people answered almost every single question. Only a couple people skipped one or two. We have been challenged by Unity since that is new to our programmers and have only pivoted away from having a specific teaching aspect. We also ran into an issue of balancing between design and architecture, or balancing between what we're going to really focus into more. If we're going to focus more into how in depth we go into the languages, or how in depth we go into the things you can do. We were having issues with that. Next for us, we want to finish the first scene and find character models. We need to have the character models at least done by the time, or found by the time we start building the project, and we need to have the first scene, at least an idea of it there too. We need to have at least an idea of it, the first scene, by the time we start. This way we can be on time with the end goal.